Today I want to talk to you about starting it all over at 60. And I'm not kidding when I'm saying that. In all my life, I felt that I had to work hard with my hands, with my body. I did not think that I had any qualities worth offering to the world. And I know this sounds pretty bad, but yet is the reality that many of us, particularly women, go through. We can talk about the age of the toxic masculinity. We can talk about body image. We can talk about all the things that we went through that thank goodness these new generations don't have to go through. I am from Argentina, a very Italian culture in Buenos Aires, 87% Italian descendant. So we grew up very focused in the way we look, and that was part of our identity. And growing up in a very, very dysfunctional household, in a place that was middle class, I don't even know how to say this, because it's kind of like opening up in a way that I have never done it, even to my children. If my children are watching this video, you're going to hear something that I have never spoken about before. But there it goes. I grew up in a very dysfunctional family, and that didn't go unnoticed, because when you grow up in a middle class environment, the way you look, the way you are taken care of is noticeable. But back then, when you went to school, the teachers were not, even your parents were not on your side like right now. Right now, if a teacher reprimands a kid, chances are that the parent is going to go and say, "Hey, how come you reprimanded my child?" Back then, if your teacher reprimanded you, you got scolded. That's the truth. So I'm gonna say it like, unfortunately, my poor mom, she grew up in a terrible situation. Okay, in a much worse than mine. And if you want, one day I can share it with you. Just ask for it, and I will share the dramatic story of my mother. So with what I'm going to say, I want to say that I love you, Mom, and I forgive you, but still these things happened to me. So I was kind of like the scapegoat of my family. I don't know if it was, my mother is blonde with green eyes, and the first child was a very white, blue-eyed child that her name is Pearl. That just give you an idea. And she was a perfect child, because for my mother, and it was super important, like classes. That was typical too of a pastime. Thank God for that. So when I was born, it was a shock, because I was a ball of hair, and I was darker like my father. I wasn't pretty. So right from the get-go, my mother was like, this child is not what, I am supposed to have. And from that day on, she brought me home, and my sister, she was 6, the poor girl. Of course, at that age, she was the world at home, and I came, the new baby. I remember always my parents telling me how my sister passed out when she saw me. So my sister and my mother really had a dislike on me, bad, very, very bad, abusive, neglectful, violent kind of relationship with me. To the point that I never had a toothbrush, I never had a notebook to go to school. I wasn't We're back. So I wouldn't shower, or my mother wouldn't shower me or wash me or buy me clothes. I would go to school with whatever I could find. It was awful, but I thought that I was the problem. I will never forget being 6 years old. My whole, oh my God, how am I gonna make this part? Okay, bear with me. So, my whole school years, I sat by myself in the back of the class, and I never had a friend because my friends were all pretty and they had little bows in their hairs and they were clean. I was like a homeless child. Again, if I was living in a place that was the average child, I would have just gone unnoticed, but I didn't. I was like, and everybody, even the teachers, which I don't understand, I was so rejected. I was so alone, and that really, really made a hole in my heart. But fortunately, that was pretty sad because I was a prodigy child. My great-grandfather was a musician, a guitar player. He played even for the president. So I got all the genes, and I found on my guitar, which was not bought for me, of course, was my sister's 15th birthday present, which she looked at and just put on the side. And I grabbed that guitar and I grabbed on like that was like a lifesaver. One day, I will play guitar for you. You will be impressed. I am an artist in heart. So that doesn't make things easier, because when you are an artist, you are brain, like right brain, you work with your right side of the brain. You're very sensitive. So I always, growing up, I was in so much pain, and I just put it all in my music. But yet, I grew up conditioned to believe that there was something significantly wrong with me. And the only way that I had to get any love or approval from my mother, particularly my sister, never ever spoke to me. I wrote letters to her begging her to be my sister, that I needed an older sister, but she had her own issues, whatever those were. Eventually there was a couple of times where we just became close, and I have very nice memories, but everybody resumed to be what it is, and that is okay. That's what it is. I truly deeply believe that God gave me this experience to become who I am right now, and to be able to help you from a place of pain and overcoming it. Because the only way that I thought I could be liked was because I grew up to be, when I was younger, I was very pretty and I was very tiny and I have a big breath, so men were like, whoa. And the only thing that my mother valued was to be socially high in class. So I was always looking for that approval on the men I had beside me. Not all my life. That became later, because at the beginning, of course, I got married at 15 years old just to leave my home. I became a mom of 3 wonderful children at 17. So I put a lot into my body and my life. It was not easy. Always on my own, with the help of my partners. And of course, a different story is that when you have a life that, you are not how can you be the mother you want to be today as an adult when you are 17 years old, and you have to reconstruct yourself, reinvent yourself, learn to love yourself. It's just so it's a miracle that my children and I are who we are today. Anyway, so I made so many mistakes. I ashamed of who I was, and every mistake I made, it was a reflection again on my failure, my personal failure. I never took into account like the materials I was given to. Like if I was given better materials, I will be like poof, so much farther. But guess what? I don't care, because I am here just to share with you what makes you stronger, all the ways that you can become a better self. And guess what? It doesn't matter how old you are. I went back to school at 50. I decided to learn about addictions, and not because I ever struggled with one. But I believe that my good heart just never allowed me to focus on that, but more outward. So I guess or maybe I just don't have an addicted personality. However, about reinventing myself at 60, now starting this YouTube, which I am failing at because nobody watches me, but it doesn't matter, because one day you might watch me. And if you choose to do so, I want you to know that there are many ways that you can improve your life. Not only with what you ingest. What you decide to eat is your choice. I would love to share with you more and more that what we eat makes a difference. And I'm a carnivore, and it opened up my mind. It was not only about the reversing pain, joint pain, arthritis, psoriasis, Hashimoto's, and weight gain. It really rewired my brain to a point that today I am whole. I am whole, and that is not easy to say. I have forgiven everybody from a place of understanding that we all do what we can with what we were given. And I hope that my children forgive me for all the mistakes I have made, because I didn't know any better, and I was just trying to survive. I was really trying to make everybody happy except for me. And yes, I wish there are so many things that I would have done different today, but today I can make a difference and make them different. My life today, there's Coco, is wonderful. And like I am thinking about retiring, and that seems a little bit too far, because I did start late. I wanted to get away from Argentina. I came, hi Tuco, I came to Canada on my own with my 3 children, and I just was on survival mode. And now I am in full throttle mode. I want to go for everything that I have never been able to, not because I lack the capacity, not because I don't have the qualities, not because I'm not worth it, but because I believed so. Now I believe different. Now I love who I am proud of who I am, and I understand that everything that has happened, even though it might be awful or painful, everything has been a lesson that I can share with you all. Because if we stay looking back, ruminating over all the pain that we felt and how unfair life was, and you know what, generally most of the time, if we do that, which I haven't done, even though I am aware of what I went through, I have never done that. When we victimize ourselves, generally is when we don't even have it that bad. Like if you really went through like true pain, you don't victimize yourself. Pain makes you grow stronger. Pain is like it helps you. It's like the pain in the body signals. It teaches you how to defend yourself from the things that cause you pain. But the good thing about that armor is that you can put it down. You can take it off. and you can become vulnerable once you understand that you can avoid those places that hurt you. It's that simple. Anyways, this video is 10 minutes. I wanted to say that there is a good reason to reinvent yourself, to put down the backpack of your bad memories, to look back only to see how far you have come. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's all about today. It's all about tomorrow. It's all about that. There is only one moment, and that is the present time. So don't waste it. Don't waste it. Stop thinking about stuff that is just completely a waste of time. Start dreaming. Start going for your dreams. It doesn't matter, even if you don't have any witnesses, just seeing how bad you want it. Live your life, plan, enjoy, hug the ones you love. Just reinventing yourself is possible. And this YouTube channel is just that. It's just me sharing what makes me feel so good. Like the way I feel today. I am so much optimistic and happy and slim, which makes me full of energy and no pain, and that can happen to you. So I love you. Let's finish 2025, or maybe you are watching this video in 2027. Whatever year you are living at when you watch this video, let's just put an end to it with a white page in front of our eyes, and let's just be happy. Let's be happy. Mwah. I love you. Happy New Year.